Okay, take one. This is Tomas Rodriguez, or Carpe Omnia, filming a video walkthrough for Flatiron School's final React Redux project. Just gonna cd into the program and get it started, and I'll bring up the text editor that has everything else in it. So basically, this is like a little website, I guess, mostly coded in React. Here, it's coming up now. Website's designed to emphasize not having to use your mouse very much. So, I mean, there's no like video feed of me, but you can see that my cursor is staying in one place, and I can sort of blast around with just the keys. I can interact with most of the elements on the page. I can submit a joke. All mouse free. You can even have the hotkey helpers toggle on and off. You can see your own jokes. Go to the home page. You can see your messages, featured content. There's even a little new message toggle. For your profile, you can toggle these fields, and then set a new header. This is my new header. New content. Submit the changes. Blast right up onto the screen like that. So you generally get the idea, I guess. Sort of the cool thing here is that different containers have their sort of coordinates maintained separately. See, I go all the way to the right in jokes, come back over to home, and I'm on the left. It does that using Redux middleware. Here I can get into the weeds a little bit here in the code. So something you see on the side of the screen here are like nav arrows. I coded these as React components. Basically, they show up on the side of the screen and they have an action that came down from the sort of app component that allows them to move move the app, I guess, or move their component sort of geographically and render new ones. And as you probably saw, they have this kind of cute little animation where the main content flies over to the side and disappears. Let's see, so hotkeys, obviously a big portion of this. Basically, hotkey you pass prompts to, and the prompts are the text that you want the hotkey to display, and if it should be a click hotkey or not. Click hotkeys basically assign the hotkey themselves, but unfortunately they only really work within like button or other clickable elements. Otherwise, you have to add it to like a hash or something for non-click ones, and different components can share hotkeys within this hash, but they do have to have the same ID, which is kind of a drawback. Really should make this class-based. That would be a lot better. I guess what else really is there to show, I guess, just the sort of general project structure. I mean, it's all the sort of standard Yanked Redux stuff. There's a configure store with reducers that take in actions. Here you have 3 separate sort of coordinate branches for the 3 separate sort of like major container components. And you send up a move orientation action. This like moves it around. There's the joke container, or I guess it's just jokes here. This maintains its own state for both jokes in general and the user's jokes. It takes a hash that takes in coordinates and then outputs which parent element it should render. It's kind of the joke parent or the joke grandparent. You can see your own jokes. There's a joke component that really takes a lot of the work out of. It's reusable. Yeah, in case I didn't show it off, this is sort of a core functionality of jokes that you can click on them to reveal the punchlines and also the author, but it's not really much of a surprise who the author is, because I tried to put this up on Heroku, but it didn't really work. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe you guys could help me out with that during the code review. And then there's home. Home has, messages and your profile. You can edit your profile pretty smoothly. No mouse required to do that. But unfortunately, as of right now, there's no way to view another user's profile. So nobody's really seen it anyway. But it's also not anybody other than me using this app. So do with that what you will. Messages maintains its own state as well, which is sort of lazy programming. This really should be maintained in application state in the store, so that it's, maybe if you get new messages or something, it can be visible from other components. This all interacts with the Rails API, just like the project specification said. I can roll over to that right now. There's really not much to see here. It's just all very standard. Handles data persistence and also sends data back. Same thing for messages and users. Users obviously have secure passwords, that kind of thing. I based the models off of an old Rails project I did, which is why you can see there's certain things like joke comments that have been modeled but haven't been actually implemented into the application yet. I feel very strange just sitting here talking about this into empty air. So I think I'm gonna pretty much cut this off. There's not really too much I don't think I've addressed or that I've missed, but there probably is. However, I know that somebody's gonna have to watch this, and I don't want them to have to listen to me rambling for a really long time. So that's pretty much the long and short of it. Oh yeah, because the hotkeys sort of assign their own ID based on the prompts that they're passed. Here's the hotkey handler, which is set up with a document-wide event listener. So if they put in a hotkey, or just any key really. It checks to see if there's a hotkey click underscore that particular key, like element that's currently rendered on the DOM, and if there is, it clicks it for you. And if you're in like a text-based input, like one of these, get out using semicolon, and then hop into another one, or navigate around, that kind of thing. Okay. Again, I'm Tomas Rodriguez. Thank you for listening to this. I'm sure this was extremely boring, and I doubt that my voice helped that at all. I actually am quite enthusiastic about this project. I think it's probably the coolest thing I've coded before. I just often have a hard time expressing my excitement through my voice, and also I do feel very strange doing this, seeing as I'm sitting in an empty, silent room talking to no one in particular. I do imagine that you'll have questions for me. You know where to find me, I guess, like on Learn, or probably have my email address, and we'll talk during the code review, I guess. So this I'm actually calling it now. Have a great day or night. I don't know what time you're going to be watching this, but have a good rest of your time period.